Welcome, everybody, to this very special Let's Play with absolutely no background music in it whatsoever. I will dig something out, I promise. Welcome, Draken Shadow fans, Drac fans, Geek News Reviews and Opinions fans, Gaming with the Geeks fans. Welcome to Gaming with the Geeks, playthrough of the original, and we're talking the original, Metal Gear. It's been a long time coming, and today we actually are being joined by a wonderful panel of guests. First of all, we have the Shadow Blazer himself, and this is your first Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah, that's right. I'm so excited.
Holy crap, people. Everybody, round of applause. Round of applause. Awesome. Round of applause. He gets to experience this for the first time. It's been requested on Draken Shadow who knows how many times. But the guest of honor particular for this one is not the Shadow Blazer. He got Rise of the Tomb Raider.
That's
this
right.
time around, we are being joined by Stephen Romney, no less, of StudioGhostUtah, who is actually going to be helming this Let's Play because, well, I suck at Metal Gear. And thankfully, he doesn't. So,
well, I mean, I'm good at the solid games. This is my first time actually playing the original MSX version, so people, I'm doing this blind.
So basically, we need a strategy guide, is what you're saying.
Well, or we'll just go completely blind, see how long it takes before... Maybe that should just be the timer. How long before we resort to the walkthrough?
Exactly. That'll be like 2 parts.
Yeah, and I gotta give advance warning, people. My words may be slurred a little bit because I just came here from the dentist, so I'm still a little bit numb from the Novocaine.
Yeah. I already know that people are going to be bringing this up, that I am cruel because I made you work after a dental appointment, but that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's just how it happened, is that we set this up far in advance, and then the dental appointment... Let's just say I didn't expect to find cavities, but they did, and that's just how it happened.
So let's go ahead and get things started. Romney, when you're ready.
Funny thing about that is, we had Draken Shadow. We did that too. I once came from the dentist, and came to record here that was when we were still playing Sonic 06.
So I'm going to let you pick the difficulty, Romney. You can either go original or you can go easy.
I'm going to go original because I'm hardcore like that.
Hardcore.
Right. Wow, a hardcore playthrough, Alex. I don't think we would know what that is. So, fun fact, once again, welcome to Gaming with the Geeks. You guys kind of know how the rules work as of right now? Oh.
This is Big Boss. Operation Intrude. N313. Infiltrate enemy's base, outer heaven, and destroy the ultimate weapon, Metal Gear. Let's go over the details first. Make contact with Gray Fox and find the location of the ultimate weapon, Metal Gear.
So many people are going to be mad at us right now.
Let's use frequency 120.85 for all communications from now on. Over.
Alright, so, fun fact before we get started. This is actually not the intro that most US players have experienced. This is the original Metal Gear. The original Metal Gear on NES had a whole new sequence of us basically parachuting in. So here's the next one.
This is Big Boss. The mission is infiltration. Make sure that the enemy does not discover your whereabouts. Over. Thanks, Big Boss. I never would have guessed.
We are going to get so many comments. just how he's murdering Big Boss. It actually makes me a little flinchy. But...
Well, sorry, but this is before voice acting in Metal Gear games, so I get to do it however I want.
Well, that's going to make the later games even better, because then we don't have to worry about that.
That brings up the equipment.
Cigarettes.
So, again, this sequence is actually mirroring of other Metal Gear games, but in the NES version, you've seen the AVGN video.
Yes, and I saw the Grumpcade playthrough.
Yeah, so they parachute in the NES version, but in this one, it's just we sneak in via water. So, which is funny because in most of the games, that's what we do. So obviously, welcome everybody to Metal Gear, and this is also a Gaming with the Geeks where we will be asking your questions. And man, we got lots of questions for Romney. I believe we got some from your own channel, as well as my channel, as well as Geek News Reviews and Opinions email. And I have a feeling we're also going to have some interesting factoids brought in by the Draken Shadow fans on the Metal Gear series for the Shadow Blazer himself. That's kind of why you're here, Alex, is because you've never experienced any of the Metal Gear games.
Right.
At all.
Again, aside from watching it on Grumpcade. That was the first time I really saw the game in full, besides the AVGN.
For a lot of waiting, people, because that's the nature of stealth.
Yes, it is. And that's the interesting part about the series, is that when this came out, this was... I mean, think back to the NES era at the beginning, Alex. Mm-hmm. Everything was action games.
Right.
And so when Hideo was basically said, come up with a game or your job, this is the first idea he had, was instead of doing an formulaic or action game, which was what was happening all over the place, he said, no, I want to make a game where you hide. I want to make a game where you stealth.
Well, it partially emerged because he initially wanted to do a war game, but because of the fact that the MSX couldn't render too many enemies on screen, the hiding mechanics basically emerged out as a result of necessity because, well, this MXX, as powerful as it was, couldn't handle multiple projectiles, couldn't handle multiple enemies, so he had to keep it to a minimum.
Exactly. And so, but from there on in, the stealth genre was born. And I've seen a lot of people make the claim like there were earlier renditions of the stealth genre before Metal Gear. I don't know necessarily if that's true.
That would be like the original Wolfenstein, not Wolfenstein 3, but like the Escape from Castle Wolfenstein would be the closest.
Yeah, so like that early, but then this is kind of the one that coined all of the tropes that we would know in the stealth genre. So at that point, we are playing as Solid Snake. That is our code name. And we are on Operation Intrude N313. This is the first, I believe, the first mission that Solid Snake ever took on. Mm-hmm. And he, as you can kind of tell, Alex, just from your research, he's the hero of the franchise.
Yes, I got that much.
But this is him. He's not a rookie at this point because
he was still like in the Green Berets and in the Marines.
Yeah. So the organization that he works for at this point, Alex, is called Foxhound. Mm-hmm. And in order to get into Foxhound, man, you have to have like a huge Black Ops kind of history.
Yeah, and Foxhound is more or less an offshoot of the CIA because you have the Fox unit in Snake Eater, and to a lesser extent in Portable Ops, although the canonicity is still a subject of debate.
Yes.
And then you had Foxhound, which kind of emerged afterward when Big Boss more or less came back. That's long and complex.
Which is funny because when you come into the series and they actually start introducing the CIA, they actually will laugh off the CIA. Like, being Foxhound is more elite than the CIA. So that's one of those things I'll also get used to.
Just trying to figure out how to get past these two.
I know, right? Because we don't have cool elements like CQC that we can rely on.
Just the punch.
Because this is how a usual mission will go. Weapons are procured on site.
I probably shouldn't have wasted that.
Oh, did you waste your rations?
Yeah.
No!
Well, it's because, I mean, it's like a half bar, and I'm just thinking, oh, it means that... Oh, well.
That's the way it goes. Alright. Get past.
Alright.
Okay. Just sneaking past some tanks.
Now, just in case we get caught, here's the way that it's going to work for you, Alex. If we get 1 exclamation point over their heads, you can escape the screen and reset it. Mm-hmm. If you get 2, which means you are absolutely spotted, you have to get off the floor. Like if you're in a building or if you're like in outside every area of the base, you have to take out all the enemies. That's the way it's going to go. So either take them all out or escape to another floor kind of thing. Oh crap!
Well, there you go.
So yeah, we're gonna have to sneak up behind him. There we go.
I don't think there was anything in that second truck, so I'm not going to go back.
No, it seemed empty. It just had 3 soldiers in it. Oh! Speaking of those soldiers... Nope, can't use the key card there. This is going to make things even more difficult. And of course, here's one interesting Metal Gear factoid, and you guys are going to see it on our thumbnail, at least as we emulate it. The original cover for Metal Gear, you already probably know this, Alex, but the original cover for Metal Gear actually was taken from an image from the original Terminator. From the, I can't remember his actual name.
The character was Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese. Yeah, so it was actually taken from a set shot of Kyle Reese hugging a wall, and therefore became, well, at least for the cover of the game, became Metal Gear. Uh-oh. And not Alex, Romney has been caught, which means he now needs to combat everything on the screen. Either that or get out. right.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Now, I know a lot of people were hoping that we would start at solid, but here's the thing. Oh, we have a call. We need to take it.
This is Big Boss. Watch out for the surveillance cameras. Over.
So, please don't send your hate mail to me, people. It's Alex doing Big Boss, okay? He doesn't know yet. He doesn't know the awesomeness that is Big Boss.
Well, that and you can't really do a Kiefer Sutherland impression, so...
I was actually, I was gonna go to the Metal Gear Solid 4 one, you know, the... Everything begins at 0.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And... Ooh. This is not gonna work out very well. Oh! We've had our first death. Thankfully, though, death is not as horrible as
Well, it
you
wasn't
might
so
think.
bad.
Unlike the NES Metal Gear, which started you off at the beginning screen. For some reason, Japanese games were more forgiving back then. We've already read this, so don't worry about it.
It won't go away if
No,
I
I
don't
was
take it.
I was stopping him more than anything. We don't need to read it again. In your Big Boss.
Yeah.
Get out. You didn't see me.
Yes,
Didn't I
we
tell
know.
you?
Hey, this is Big Boss, you motherfucker.
Did I tell you to avoid the cameras?
This is Solid Snake. Come in. And nothing. Yeah, so the codec is actually a part of the game. You can contact various sources, some of which actually were in the game's manual that you could contact. But the base one that you're going to be using is Big Boss a lot of the time. He's kind of the general advice. Okay, so can we actually open up that door? I don't think we
Doesn't
can.
look it.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm trapped.
And yet, he didn't notice you. Enemy AI was always kind of dinky throughout the series.
I guess the idea is if you strike them before they trigger the alarm.
Well, they're not facing you. I can already tell based on the sprites. Okay, so now that we've taken care of them, can we actually open up? No. Something tells me we are going to need a guide for this, because we're actually walking in blind here, people, and that might not be the best idea.
Well, I'm guessing that there's nothing here, or at least I don't have anything to get inside. Shut up, boss.
Boss. But, boss.
How far does this person walk up? Okay, gotta time it right.
Might as well bring this up on my phone.
There we go.
MSX.
Yeah, that's the thing about stealth games, people. They're more or less puzzles.
Yes.
You just gotta watch for timing, watch for patterns, and as soon as they basically fall into your sights, you take them out quickly.
Pretty much. The only time when it gets more confusing is like when we get new key cards to areas that we've never been to. But I have heard the MSX version is a lot more straightforward than the NES version, so... Okay, so in here we get more ammo, but we don't have... No, we have a gun.
Yeah, it's just I had to keep it de-equipped because, well, I better save ammo.
Yes. This is one of those conserve your ammo kind of games. You can play it like an action fest, but you're going to run out of ammo very quickly.
And you'll die very quickly. Oh crap, they
Oh,
respawn.
jeez. Did you pee your pants there a little bit, Romney?
A little bit.
No.
Where's it?
Punch to the kneecap.
Well, there goes his adventuring career. Alright, so this is just
We
the
get it,
surveillance.
boss.
Yeah.
We get it.
Didn't I tell you watch out for surveillance cameras?
begins at 0, and then 1 becomes 10, and 10 becomes 100.
Let's see.
It's my job
Oh, I
to
think I
take
see
0
what I'm
back
supposed
to
to do.
nothing. Back to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, wait, did the thing disappear?
Yeah, it did.
Ah! No! Now they're gonna storm the floor. They're out. That's the way it goes, people. Thankfully, though, we start off on this floor.
We know, boss.
We know.
You know, it's one of those times when I want to bring up the Ego Raptor joke. Mega Man! Spikes will kill you!
Alright, well, now that I know where I need to go, I just gotta wait for that camera to pass.
Oh, is there a door back there? It might be a door.
Or Star Fox, big Star Fox jokes. Snake! What is it, General?
Or I love the dorkly joke for Metal Gear. It's just like, Snake! What? Actually, I was just looking for somebody to talk to. It gets kind of lonely in the command center.
Have you watched any of the Beard Brothers play Star Fox Zero?
I have not, no.
You should, because I love Alex starts doing General Pep.
What am I doing?
I have no idea. Why are we using up all our landmines?
I thought maybe... Okay, that...
Interesting.
Star Fox! Someone's at the door! That's just your nurse, General.
What was that? That's just your nurse?
Yeah, because Alex basically starts doing, like, what if an old senile General Pepper keeps calling Fox on the phone.
And dead. But that's okay. That's actually a good idea, because then we can reset our landmines.
Yep.
Yes, we get it.
Didn't I tell you to stop getting caught, Snake? You're off the case.
That's not how it works, General.
Yeah, if Metal Gear Solid was a sequel to Police Knots, that would probably be a line from it.
Which is so that's actually another Kojima game that we've gotten requested to do quite a bit on Draken Shadow, which is Snatcher. And its sequel, or not its sequel, because it's not necessarily a sequel, Police Knots. That one will be harder because it's PlayStation, but Snatcher I think we can do because Sega CD will be easy to find a ROM of it. PlayStation, not so much. But that, and I also don't want to be called a freaking misogynist by the time we actually pick the dang thing up. Because you actually can, like, flirt with the girls and even touch them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's actually, like, jiggle animations of their boobs. Which is creepy because you can actually do this with your partner's daughter.
Who's 14, might I add.
Was she really?
In the Japanese version, yeah, 14.
Oh my gosh, because like the dialogue in the U.S. makes her sound like she's from college, or she's in college.
That was intentional because, like, well, we can't have someone
14 in the Japanese version. Oh
wow.
Man, that's horrible. Oh,
that's just like any other anime out there.
Well, and the thing is like, I would actually dare say Police Knots is more of a parody than Snatcher was. Snatcher was actually like trying to be a legit, not ripoff, but homage to Blade Runner. And Police Knots to me is just an homage to Lethal Weapon, in a way. Because you're technically playing the Mel Gibson character in Lethal Weapon, and your partner is Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this shit. Alright, so this is going to be a complicated process, but we do have questions from you guys for Romney. Now, here's the caveat that I'm going to put in here. I'm going to let Romney kind of dictate if he's okay with getting asked those questions, or if he needs to concentrate, then he can answer them when he's available, kind of thing. So here is the first question.
Is there a room beneath there?
Yeah, it's just the same room.
Oh, okay.
And since I can't get into the bunker, I'll have to try backtracking and see if there's another way to go.
Wait, backtracking in a video game? This used to happen, people.
What is this, Banjo 2?
Yeah, I love the people, or I love the... Because usually it's kids on YouTube or on the internet. It's just like, how dare you expect me to backtrack? Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's a thing, people.
Oh boy. Let's see...
So we can't go into that door, right? The door on the side.
More ammo.
Okay, so while we're taking care of this, Romney, here is your first question. You can answer when you feel you are comfortable to do so.
Okay.
And that is, a lot of people still ask this, but we might as well just get it out of the way. how is it exactly that you and I came across each other? How did we come together to form things like Geek News and even this playthrough?
Well,
from your perspective, because apparently Drac gets it wrong every time he explains it.
Well, it pretty much started with an email that I got. Because it was pretty much Aldo was kind of the one who set it up, where I gave. We had each other's emails because we frequently collaborated on stories for the Slick newspaper.
Yep.
And then you sent an email to Aldo, and then he kind of sent it to me as well. It's like, hey, there's this radio show we're wanting to do at Radio SLCC. And so I said, okay, I'm interested because he's the game critic, I'm the movie critic. It sounds like a fun idea. Oddly enough, though, sadly, I missed the first episode because I completely spaced.
Yes, this actually happened.
Yeah, because I didn't put like the name to the face, and so I didn't exactly know what you looked like, and I didn't know where the radio room was, and because when we first started, I had like a class that ended at the hour mark of the show.
Yes.
And so it was coming in at the second hour, and the first day I just completely spaced because I thought, oh yeah, I'm hungry, let's get some lunch.
Yeah, we literally rigged it so because of this concept, because we'd had that first meeting in the Globe meeting, and at that point I'd approached you both and just said I would really like to be able to bring you guys onto the podcast, and Aldo actually brought it up that it would be an even like. I approached you both, but Aldo was like, yeah, we need to get Romney in on this because he would be a legit person to bring in for entertainment stuff. He knows a lot of the writers in Hollywood and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
and I told Aldo it was a no-sell to me because at that point I knew what I wanted, and after talking with you guys, I knew what I wanted. So, yes, this is infiltration mission N313. We already know. So at that point, it was a given. It was going to happen. But I still love that first day where it's just like, well, we thought, because you had already told me you were going to be an hour late anyway.
Yeah, and so it was just funny because like after the show, like you literally came up like, oh, you didn't come in. I'm just like, oh crap, that was today.
Well, we literally like played it off in that episode. I really wish I had that, but that's one of the ones I think Slick still has, where we just played it off like maybe you were sick and you just forgot to text somebody, and we kind of played it off that way on the show. And all of a sudden, I see you, like, right as I'm walking out of the radio station after recording, and it's like, hey, dude, I thought you might have been sick or something. He's like, oh, was that today? I was like, yeah. And somebody actually did ask, was I actually angry with you on it? Maybe in the middle of the podcast I was, but I got over it. Because, I mean, it's not like... Ever since then, it's never happened again.
No, because we made it pretty clear, and it was kind of, now that I was able to put the face to the name, I kind of knew what was what, and basically got into the routine of doing the show, because I had like a storyboarding class right before that, that was like in the same building, and so...
Yep, and since then, it's been sky's the limit. We've been doing Geek News, then we started doing the reviews together, and now we've had collaborations on both of our individual channels, because I just barely came in for Ghostbusters with you, and you're doing Metal Gear here, so not to mention the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got to say, like, before Aldo came along, I was kind of like the one, like, reviewer in general, so sometimes they had me review video games, which, like, the only video game review I did that was published was for the last story, and even then it wasn't...
I still remember, somebody actually got on my case for saying that you weren't... I don't remember saying that you weren't a gaming geek, but like when I introduced you guys, I basically said, yeah, here's the game reviewer, and therefore somebody basically said, there's the gaming expert, and then when I introduced you as the movie reviewer, like, oh, that's the entertainment expert. And for some reason, I actually got back to like, why on earth do you not think Romney's a gamer? Oh my gosh! It's like, yeah. No, I know he's a gamer. We just advertised it this way.
Well, yeah, plus that's... With a newspaper, you each have main beats, and Aldo's beat was gaming, mine was movies. That's just the way things work.
Which is funny, because eventually... Oh, it's not Julie Gay. It was the other Julie that was running the paper at the time.
Julie Hershey.
Julie Hershey. She wanted to bring me in for indie games. And I always found that funny because, well... At that point, Aldo was reviewing indie games. I just was reviewing some stuff that people may not have heard of. In particular, I reviewed Broken Age. And so, and nobody had done a review for that. And then eventually, as soon as I think Aldo graduated, and she then approached me to take his place. I was like, I'm not as good as Aldo, and I don't think that would work well with him and me on a podcast together.
Yeah.